Woody, the name here is Gaston. I've got a little channel called The Tech Prepper, and this is part of my No Random Contact series. And the last one on my list was to do a targeted international contact, and I think the Arctic Circle does count.
Okay, good luck and good to meet you tonight, over.
Hey guys, it's Tech Prepper. Hope you're all doing well. So today we're gonna do something fun. It's gonna be another installment of No Random Contacts, and we're gonna try to establish targeted comms to the Arctic Circle. Now, I did try this the other day from the shack at the house, and the problem was that my noise floor was just too high. So I'm hoping to come out here. We did about 1.5 miles. This is gonna be a nighttime op, so apologies for the video. We only have about 90 minutes before we have to hit our targeted window at 8 p.m. local time, 0300 UTC tomorrow, and we're going to do about a 2,400 mile haul from here to the Arctic Circle in Nunavut. Yeah, Nunavut is the territory out in Canada, little area called Cambridge Bay on Victoria Island. Stick around. All right, guys, so I've never really done this at night. Usually I'm fully set up. It is 19:15 local time, and I've got the soda, or actually the POTA 20 right behind us. It has a little bit of a bend at the top, but I think it's going to work fine. And then just like Aaron on the other side of the hemisphere, he's actually going to also be running the TTP MCOM link dipole on 20 meters, actually with the same manpack, the VIII. So we're just going to put the antenna on the analyzer real quick and then break down and have a beer. We've got 40 minutes before our Commo window. This is Kilo Tango 7 Romeo Uniform November. QSL, I have you at about a 5x1, 5x1. Yeah, you're a rough copy here, but much better. We moved to a location out in the field, so the noise floor is much lower. Operating with a headlamp. QSL? Partial copy. Let's link up at the top of the hour if you want to be able to reorient to my azimuth, and that'll give us a chance to have a beer over here. QSL? QSL, I'll see you at the top of the hour. Kilo Tango 7 Romeo Uniform November. Thanks for the early contact. All right, folks, so we made that contact. It was kind of rough copy on my end. I think he copied me better. That has been the case for the last couple days we've tried this. And we've got 20 more minutes, so the plan is for him to reorient his antennas so that he has a better fix on my bearing. I think it's 177 degrees, but don't quote me on that. I'll put a correction down below. And we'll see if we can get you guys some better audio, but we did make it. We did make that 2,441 mile contact from Arizona to the Arctic Circle with a modest 20-meter wire dipole and just 80 watts on the VIII. So we're relaxing now with a beer. This is the first time or second time I've actually had a friend come out and help me. So I've got a Busch and a beer. It was worth all of the wait. And then my wife just returned from a trip from Texas and went to Buc-ee's. She thinks it's the best thing on earth, and I kind of agree. So she got us a couple things. I've got some jerky from Buc-ee's, and it is that's not gonna come on camera, but it looks like it's pepper dried beef tender bulk jerky. So that looks tasty. And then beer nuggets, or beaver nuggets actually. Sounds kind of nasty, but they are absolutely amazing. Well, we're trying to break into this beef steak here, and it looks like a proper steak. So I guess it's time to take out the big old knife and chop this up into little pieces. Don't think I've ever had beef jerky steak before. It's like a cross between jerky and like dried out steak. Is actually pretty good. Victor Alpha 7 Zulu Alpha from Kilo Tango 7 Romeo Uniform November. It's a good thing we tried them earlier. I think however you oriented the antenna made it worse.
Yes, the conditions just changed.
There's that too. Victor Alpha 7 Zulu Alpha from Kilo Tango 7 Romeo Uniform November portable.
Kilo Tango 7, Romeo Uniform November. This is Victor Echo 3, Juliet Alpha. I did work him about on the half hour, about 0230 over.
Yeah, thanks for the confirmation. I also worked him. He was a bit in my noise, but we were able to have a full contact. This was actually our scheduled window to go, so just trying to help work him a little bit better this time. I think the plan was for him to reorient his antenna at QSL.
Roger, Kilo Tango 7, Romeo Uniform November, Victor Echo 3, Juliet Alpha out. Whiskey 2, November, Quebec. W2, November, Quebec.
Whiskey 2, November, Quebec. You are 5959 into Arizona.
Because I'm in Oregon, and you're also 5'9". Name is John, 100 watts, 20-meter dipole. It's just getting dark up here just about now. Probably has been dark at your end, though.
Yeah, we're in the dark and we're operating portable with headlamps here, and we're actually trying to work a station in the Arctic Circle on Cambridge Bay in Nunavut. I believe it's on Victoria Island, QSL.
Can't help you, but...
All right, very good, John. A pleasure to work you. I'll pop a QSL card in the mail too, but if you don't mind, we're going to try to keep this one clear because he's also operating portable in Canada in the dark, and him and I are trying to establish a contact. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, go do it. We thank you.
All right, very good. Victor Alpha 7 Zulu Alpha from Kilo Tango 7 Romeo Uniform November. Well, it's fun working two people, guys.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Papa, Norway Delta.
Kilo Foxtrot station, go again with your call.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Papa, Norway Delta, and I did not get your last three.
I say again, Romeo Uniform November.
Okay, Kilo Tango 7 Romeo Uniform November. This is Kilo Foxtrot 0 Papa, November Delta. You're about 5'8" into Minneapolis, Minnesota. Over.
Good copy. Thanks for the 5'8". You are a 5959 into New River, Arizona.
Aaron, this is Richard VA7RLW. You're in the mud, but we're trying to get you as best we can. I've got beside me Shant, VA7KHA, and Pierre, Victor Echo 7, Mike Zulu Uniform. Awesome contact. If you can hear us, you're in the mud, but we got you.
We're right smack in the middle of our window. Actually, we're about 15 minutes over, and we're unable to hear Aaron.
Aaron, VA7 Zulu Alpha, yes, he's trying to get you. We hear you. We can hear you. And we can hear RUN, but you two cannot seem to connect. Yes, we can hear you both. This is Victor Echo 7, Sierra Charlie Charlie. Sorry, you faded substantially. You faded. I cannot copy last message. Please try to repeat for RUN.
I'm going to go ahead and try to use the Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie station as a relay.
I'm trying and asking, is this frequency in use? Yes.
My man, it's in use.
Thank you. This is King Henry 6 Charlie Bravo Honolulu, and I was asked to make a call on this one, so I'll be standing by.
That's why we need the attenuator. Okay, here's the plan. I'm going to try to get a relay in, let him know that we're going to break down our station so Aaron knows not to keep waiting for me, and then we're probably not going to pack up the antenna behind us. Instead, I think we're just going to take the man pack and the other gear, do the 1.5 mile hike back in the dark, and then tomorrow morning I will do a trail run or take the bike and recover the antenna. So hopefully no hunters go and mess with my my POTA 20 and link dipole. Victor Echo 7 Sierra Charlie Charlie from Kilo Tango 7 Romeo Uniform November. Can you relay to Aaron that we're going to break down? We're going to break down.
This is Victor Echo 7, Sierra Charlie Charlie, Kilo Tango 7, Romeo Uniform November, will do. We'll copy that.
QSL, thank you, sir. I'm going to pop a QSL card in the mail for you for your service today. Kilo Tango 7, Romeo Uniform November, clear.
You came in loud and clear, 5-9 on that last transmission. Good stuff. Okay, Victor Alpha 7, Zulu Alpha. This is Victor Echo 7, Sierra Charlie Charlie. Aaron, this is Richard here at Victor Echo 7, Sierra Charlie Charlie. Relaying that the operator, Kilo Tango 7, Romeo Uniform November, standing down. He stood down.
Boom. Relay success. All right, guys, so we're all packed up here, sans the antenna. I'm going to recover that in the morning. So we have a 1.5 mile trek in the dark. Should be fun, but we're not anticipating any issues. But if anything comes up, I'll keep the GoPro in the front pocket. And hopefully there won't be any snakes, but if there are, it sure as heck would be fascinating for you. Cameraman, get the tarantula. Usually we can get them to walk hand over hand as long as they know you're not food. Oh, we got the buck choya right here too. All right, we'll leave the little critters alone. All right, guys, well, we made it back safely. We did 1.5 miles back. It took us about 10 minutes longer in the dark, and I gotta tell you, really enjoyed walking out with the snake boots. I'm still breaking them in. I'll talk about those boots later, but it's been 6 months of trying to get those guys in shape where they're comfortable to walk around in, but there's a lot of peace of mind not having to deal with the snakes. We only ran into a couple tarantulas, but other than that, it was pretty easy coming back in the dark. Only thing is I gotta get up early tomorrow morning, and I'll probably take the e-bike out and have to recover the POTA 20, the link dipole, and just the guy equipment. So it should be a quick outing.
Morning, guys. It's 5:45 a.m. the following morning, and I need to go ahead and recover my antenna. And also, I left my prescription eyeglasses somewhere at the site that we were operating in last night, so don't have a whole lot of time before work, so just grabbing the gloves, the chest rig, a small flat pack, and I'll be hopping on the Fat Tire bike to go recover that gear. I think I can get there in about 20 minutes crawling over the rocks.
We're at the trailhead. Looks like the antenna's still here. It's dove season right now, but I'm pretty sure the dove hunters are not interested in all of this nerd radio stuff. But there she is. And again, it's not a perfect deployment, but you guys will understand when I do the after action report of why I do things the way that I do. So here we've got the POTA 20. And I've got a buddy, Jim, Kilo 8 Delta Delta Victor, who does these 3D printed, basically caps with teeth at the bottom. They're amazing for holding either the POTA 20 or the Carbon 6. And we do have a wicked bend, and this was very much an operation in haste. I've got a couple of guide points up there, and then we've got an inverted V for the dipole. I gotta find my glasses first. So I recovered all the gear, and I kind of want to walk through what I recovered. So number one, I did find my prescription eyeglasses, so that is good. So starting with the mast, I picked up in Huntsville, Alabama, the POTA 20 carbon fiber mast. This is replacing my Soda Beams Carbon 6. I'm using a large tent stake that I got from Soda Beams years ago. Mine is starting to get real beat up, so I'll stake that at the bottom. But what I will do is I'll use Kilo 8 Delta Delta Victor's chingadero here, and it's a spike, and all I did was drill a hole to accommodate that tent stake, and it's great out here in the desert, and then you have a nice area inside for it to be nested. He designed all of this stuff for the Carbon 6, but works pretty well. The measurements are off, so he's got a guy ring for different heights. This is supposed to be at 6'3" on the Carbon 6. I want to say it's more like 8 feet up, maybe 8.5 feet up, with the size of the diameter of the POTA 20. And then just some more gear here. So really simple, 25 feet of RG316. I only used 2 stakes to actually guide this out, and I used the same system, same length of wire I use for my trekking pole based lean-to tarp shelter that you guys have seen on the channel. Really simple. And I've got 2 of those here. For the antenna, I have 2 lengths of micro paracord so that I could tie those off, and I'll use taut line hitches to tension those. We were using Tim N9 SABs
mini choke. And then this is really what we use to make that contact to the Arctic. It's just a simple 20-meter dipole. And I'll explain some of the challenges we had, even though this was my design, on why for this particular application it may not have been the best choice. So stick around, guys. This is going to be a long video, but a lot of information is going to be packed full. I'll put timestamps down below. Well, guys, the adventure is not over. As I was breaking down, I ran into this gentleman, Mark, and his horse. Great conversation. So there may be stuff on the channel in the future with some adventures out here with a donkey. And what's the horse names, Mark?
Tom Horn.
Tom Horn, all right. And what kind of horse?
He's a quarter horse.
Quarter horse. And they're pretty good for this terrain, right?
Yeah, pretty good. As long as you put shoes on them.
Very good. And then for someone like me who likes to come out here, needs to be out here for a few days, what do you recommend? Maybe something other than a horse?
Donkeys.
Donkeys?
For packing.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
If you're going to be on your feet and hiking, then yeah, use donkeys for packing.
All right. Well, thanks, Mark. Don't want to hold you up, but yeah, guys, this is going to be a long video, a lot of fun, especially with the contact out to the Arctic Circle.